Hi, my name is Diane and I'm 24 years old, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Um, this is an attempt at making my first vlog. That's just something I've never wanted to do, would definitely avoid, because it involves talking into a camera and having to play it back or, look at yourself, edit yourself. And I know I'm not the only one who hates their voice when they hear it, like on an answering machine or a video recording. And it's even more nerve-wracking to see just your facial expressions or, I'm I easily embarrass myself, so I would never have thought to make a vlog before. I'm better with words behind a screen. You can't see me. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I accepted a challenge at Urbana Missions Conference from my roommates and just from the experience to make a video, and maybe not just one, just giving your testimony through video, or as a way to kind of combat thoughts like that, like, oh, I look ugly, or my voice will suck, or, just another way to put yourself out there. And the reason why I'm even able to do this right now is because Urbana was such an amazing experience. I went because, my godmother had just told me how it had changed her life, how it influenced her, and she was willing to take me. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll go in 2009. And then I didn't save for it, and I didn't know how serious it was, and so I missed the deadline to like register, or I didn't have the funds. But then, so I was like, oh, I'll go next year with you. And she's like, it's every 3 years. So I was like, okay, in 2012, I am going to Urbana. And I told myself that every month of 2012, I knew I was going to Urbana. And so when I had a job, I saved money, and I went with my godmother. And I think everything happens for a reason. This was the year, or 2012 was the year for me to go. 2012 as a whole has been very, very fundamental very fundamental in my development as a woman and as a child of God. I got baptized in March 2012 at another conference called Campus Harvest, and I went with my campus ministry that I've been lucky to be a part of. Just another way that God really reached me. He knew I was lost. He knew I was struggling. And He directed these amazing people into my life to encourage me to read the Word, to worship, to praise God. And I met Christian friends at school, whereas before I was kind of just apathetic to myself, to school, to God, to making friends. And if I did, I wasn't really committed to those friendships. I was very, very lost. And so what started as a small group just introduced me to these amazing friends on campus. And so I went to the conference in March, and I got baptized there. It was very loud and clear that God wanted me to rededicate my life to Him. And it was very clear that I needed to let go of everything that was really weighing me down. And at that time, like, the biggest thing was my belief that I wasn't worthy to serve God, that I wasn't ever going to be worthy, that I was just so messed up, such a lost cause. And so Campus Harvest, I felt God saying, I love you, and I'm ready to be by your side every day for the rest of your life. are you willing to surrender yourself to me? And I very clearly said yes. And so that just, it's like having your eyes opened. I've never experienced God in such a strong way before. So to come to Urbana and to experience God's presence so strongly again and to hear more from Him is truly a blessing, especially twice in 1 year. And at such pivotal times. Like, oh yeah, I'm still wearing my Urbana wristband. I'm not going to take it off ever. Yeah, so I got baptized in March, and I probably have never been happier than I was, like, March to September. I was so happy, so full of joy. Like, I just was so shocked because before I'd been struggling and struggling and struggling with depression. That I was, like, my default setting was, like, internally sad. And people are always shocked because, like, you smile so much. And I do. I'm friendly and I'm polite and I naturally smile. But, like, internally, I was always sad. And I was always walking to that ledge of, like, utter hopelessness in myself and who I am. I just really felt ugly, unworthy, just that I'd ruined every chance I've ever had and that I would never be the daughter that my parents deserved. So that there's no way, if I was all of that, that I could even think that I could serve God in any way or, be worthy to Him in any way. So yeah, March to September, it was just a renewal, a feeling of joy, a feeling of like having a place, not even in this world, in God's kingdom. But then, my depression reared its head and I just got really attacked. September, October, and I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God, like if I can feel this bad again after I just had this breakthrough with God, my baptism, then I really am a lost cause. And, excuse me, so, I got so sad that I just withdrew from all my classes and I found a job and kind of just went to work. But I also knew I needed to change. I needed to seek God to change, not to change on my own will, but to seek God and really, really, really just like get on my knees, lie flat on the floor, just crying to Him like, I can't do this. What do you want me to do? And I felt like God really just ordered my steps, like from my therapist a new therapist that I just got in my life to just really, I don't know, like I started in my small group, started reading this book that really, really helped me. So I was full of hope. I was full of like, okay, no, God, we're fixing this together. And so I'm so happy I ended up at Urbana because it's probably going to be like a 10-part video because so much happened. But I just want to start off and say, hi, I'm Diane. I'm making a video blog. I want to share my testimony, how I've been changed. And at Urbana, I really feel like I was freed from a lot of chains that I've bonded myself to. Just like expectations, my parents' expectations, what society expects of me, things that then you just tie yourself to in an unhealthy manner. The belief that I'm ugly, like I can I can fake that I'm pretty to people because people don't like to hear when you say such negative things about yourself. And so I can be like, yes, I am beautiful, but internally I really, really believed I was ugly. And it kind of affected how I present myself or what I'm thinking when I'm meeting people and talking to people. And just realizing there's a wall that I'm behind and it's just full of negativity. And God just really broke that wall for me. And of course, we'll talk more about it, but I just wanted to start off. Until next time.